Welcome to this video. You join me pretty much underneath my brother's R33 at the moment. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually been here, long overdue, and unfortunately I wasn't able to come in my 32. At the moment it doesn't have MOT, so I need to sort that out. But there is my brother's 33. I swear it's been good few months since I've actually been able to see it. It's been brought up into the main kind of assembly room that Steve has over here. And wow, what can I say? It's, you know what? Progress on it has slightly slowed down. To be honest, today was more sort of like a catch-up day. Just, you know, kind of talking about the build, everything to do with the engine and all the other stuff going on with it all, and kind of discussing the next steps. This is one of those things that don't always get seen and talked about in car builds, as to the planning aspect to things. There's so much to do, especially with the nut and bolt restoration like this car has had. You know, there's a lot more to think about. It's not like you're just changing the engine or rebuilding the engine where you know the rest of the car is going to be all good. This is like, you got to do everything. You got to really think it through. You know, you can't put all the wiring loom in at the end. You have to do a lot of the things at the beginning, all those kind of things, you know. The subframe and, you know, the front subframe, the rear subframe, all these things. There's in essence a process you have to follow. So it's kind of really cool to be here, getting to see pretty much everything's ready to go back onto the car. The next step that Steve's kind of now making sure he at least knows what's going on, and like, you know, we can get the engine in and stuff, is that once the engine's been built now, we can get the engine in, and it's kind of understanding the logistics behind it all and making sure that it's all done in the right way. The engine builder and Steve, everyone needs to kind of work together and work like a well-oiled machine. Doing an engine build and building a car are completely two different arts. And everyone does kind of need to have that understanding of what the other person's doing and what the expectations are and stuff. So it's pretty awesome to be involved in this and in essence not have to deal with the headache from my point of view, unlike my brother and Steve and stuff. They're all having to obviously think about a lot of things, have a huge amount of investment into it all. So there's so much going on all the time. One thing I do want to kind of do is just get underneath this car, because my gosh, you know, we were looking at this earlier. This fuel tank, right, it's not the exact same one, I don't think. Actually, you know what? It might actually be the same one that we took off before, but looking at it here now, you know, doing this in the garage on the floor was a real pain. You know, everything was so rusty. We struggled a lot getting that fuel tank off, just to kind of check everything over and stuff. To see where it's at right now is unreal. But yeah, the Olin suspension's all basically kind of been put in. That one I think we're waiting to put in later on. But yeah, this one's on. The front ones are done, and my brother's put in the StanceWorks air cups into it. So we can have a quick look over here. You can see just how nice it looks. And we've got the underseal kind of basically painted and stuff like that as well in this grey. Let me get around. So you can see the air cup lines just over here. This was a good bit of custom work by Steve to get that in. That will allow the car to lift a little when you're at like a speed bump or anything like that, just to make sure you're not messing up the underneath of the car. In fact, there is the actual canister and pump and stuff like that. And yeah, it's coming along nicely. This is just, you know, I think Steve's probably doing some work in this area last. That's probably why it's a lot more empty and it's getting work done. But just look at how clean this is. You could literally eat off here. Of course, you should be able to when the car's had this much work done to it and it looks this good. And you know what, I can't lie. Every time I come to Steve's garage and see just the layout of everything, it inspires me so much, because I'm just like, this is such a nice, well thought out setup that I know I need to do something as good as this, at least in my garage setup, just to, you know, it makes life a lot easier. Having good organization just helps. That is the 33's little catch up, I guess, at the moment. You know, you can see a lot of the bits, a lot of the engine related stuff. That's all kind of the same as it was before. The guys are over there. We're all just chatting. It's actually New Year's Eve right now, and we've just decided to come over. My brother had the last few bits and pieces to drop off, and it's just always nice to see everyone and catch up. So yeah, right, I'm gonna actually go look at the other stuff. This 32 actually has been here since the last time I came as well. It's had a lot of work done to it, and a lot of cleaning work done. Don't know if I'll be able to see it from here, but oh yeah, you can see it there. That's the window wiper motor built into the panel there. It's gonna have a very cleaned up engine bay. I can't wait to see how this looks. And he's working on a Cosworth here as well. This 34, you know, it's had a lot of body filler put into it, but now he's going for proper GTR wings, riv. Just all gonna get cut out and stuff. To be honest, it's not the worst looking car. See the holes there. Guessing it had like riv nuts or something put in. And there's a Vilside 34, which kind of is still a bare shell, but I'm not sure actually of what the updates is on that. This is Steve's the Tizen. It's actually a nice time to actually see it, because we're getting to see a lot of the custom work that Steve's kind of put in. You know, the front diff plate there. He's cleaned up a lot of the piping here. I'm not going to try and regurgitate everything he's already said to me, because I'm not as good as him at saying it all. Oh, they all left. As you guys can kind of see, he's done an amazing work at the moment with this actual catch can. It's got the two lines, as you guys can see from the engine, but these two lines, they are for the gearbox. So you can see one for the front there, and the other one's going to go to the other part of the gearbox. He's running these lines all over, and he's going to make it look all pretty. These are the custom strut brace mount points that he's built, which, to be honest, that is a really cool unit. But he's not sure if he should keep it or do something different on the car. This is a really, really nice car. As you guys probably saw from one of my old videos with this car and going out in it before it had all this engine rebuild done, it was a weapon. And the main thing is Steve drove it like it was a weapon. The things that Steve is doing now to kind of take it to the next level is awesome. Fun fact, Steve actually airbrushes in all of the rust in the videos and pictures that he shares. It's actually not really rusty cars he works on. It's all airbrush, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not joking. He's umming and ahhing about what to do with the pipes over here, if they should be black or if they should be, you know, polished and stuff. You can see the turbos in there nicely. Because on this side it's going to be black, he's not sure if this should also be black or they should be polished. To be honest, both of them would look really good. Oh, it's a nice view of the 33 from here. I'm jumping around like crazy. But yeah, both of them would look really good. And we'll come over to the final room. This 32, first of all, in this lighting, that looks so dramatic and just awesome. Look at that. Look at it. But, you know, with this 32, this is actually the one that, you know, even across my videos, you would have seen it getting built bit by bit. It was black. It's had the Pandem body kit put on. You know, this is a 32 GTST. It's going for a really, really special engine setup. It's still an RB25, so it's not an RB26, but it's been bought out to a RB27. So it's going to be running some good chunky power. This was actually painted in-house by Steve. And I think Luke as well, but I know Steve definitely was involved with the painting. It's a pretty cool kit. And in all fairness, because this has got the Calisonic livery on it, Steve's one's got the Tizen, he's kind of pushing me to look at getting the HKS livery put onto my 32, which I don't know. I'm kind of umming and ahhing about it now, because it would be really cool to see all of them next to each other. The other 34 that's getting built, this is kind of the one that's been built alongside my brother's. But the headache that you can kind of go through sometimes with getting something built. It does take a long time, but this 32 is definitely a special, unique one. It inspires me not just with my 32, but also with my E30, you know, with the wide body and stuff, and just seeing something like this built in such a way. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. Look at that. A quick little thing that I want to show you all actually was, you see the way Calisonic is written here. Now, the attention to detail with putting this onto the car is, if you measure that C and you measure that C, I think this one's bigger and that one's smaller. But yeah, that C is slightly bigger than that one, just to kind of help with the tapered effect. Amazing work, seriously, amazing work. And you know, even just looking at the way it kind of goes in here and stuff, it's just so cool. I love it. I actually love it. This is such a cool build. Have a look inside. Look at all that carbon fiber. That is just cool. It's got stance works. He's got the pump put in here as well, actually. I didn't realize he was doing that. Right, I actually need to get my 32 MOT'd ASAP. New Year's come, I gotta get that car dropped off. Right, everyone, I'm actually gonna end the video here. We're gonna have to head back. Everyone's got things going on today and stuff. It's been super cool catching up with Steve, Toby, and you know, just having that good time, hanging out, sharing stories and stuff like that, and updating everyone on life. But I wanted to bring you all along because I like to have you all involved and, you know, share the experience as much as I can. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you have, thumbs up, leave anything else you would like to know or anything like that in the comments down below. If you want to see more, then please subscribe to the channel. For now, everyone, peace out. Bye.